Good day and welcome back to Anand Weekly Podcast, Fundamental का वार बुधवार. I am Narendra Solanki. Dear investors, the result season has started and few companies have also reported their numbers. The result season so far has failed to provide much needed sentimental boost to the markets and instead resulted in disappointment on expectations. The top IT bellwether companies like TCS and Infosys have reported disappointing numbers, more so by Infosys, which has surprised on negative side with slowdown and trimming of the near-term guidance. This has set the negative tone for the sector and has resulted in volatility in other IT names which are due to report numbers. Now coming to the domestic macro, the retail inflation data was released recently, which was lower at 5.7% in March. Retail inflation was below consensus expectation. Food inflation also dipped. Despite the fall, core inflation held above 6% for the ninth consecutive month and fuel inflation declined to a 12-month low. Most categories of services inflation are still above retail inflation. However, the favorable base rather than a marked reversal of the inflationary momentum resulted in lower retail inflation in March, which was below expectations. This is likely to keep the RBI in pause mode in 2023 or probably longer. Unless core inflation falls considerably, liquidity might not ease. The emerging situation seems more favorable for the debt rather than equity markets. Now coming to the global markets, the earnings season is on in US markets. The large banks who have announced the results so far have showed resilient performance and allayed investors' concern post SVB crisis. Even though the earnings are top of the mind for investors, macroeconomic headwinds continue to loom ahead, including the Federal Reserve's rate hiking path. Now coming to the upcoming events. Key economic events lined up this week are today UK CPI data, Euro CPI data, and US crude oil inventories data is scheduled. Tomorrow, China prime loan rate data is scheduled, US initial jobless claims data is scheduled. On 22nd, German manufacturing PMI, UK manufacturing services and composite PMI data is scheduled. Coming to the sector leadership on relative rotational basis for the week ahead, sectors which are looking to lead are FMCG, IT, auto, infra, and public sector enterprises. Sector which are showing improvement are consumer, realty, pharma, and energy. Sectors which continue to remain weak is metals. So that's it from our side, and meet you same day next week. Happy investing. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.